ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Evolve. I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Now, all today, people coming up to me, are you nervous? Are you nervous to interview Hulk Hogan? What are you gonna do about Hulk Hogan? You're the one I'm worried about.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, what's getting back to society like? You clearly wandered out of the woods. Is there a manifesto somewhere on the internet I should be reading?
I haven't posted it yet.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's gonna be bad. No, what's with the beard, man?
No shave till ship, man. In January, myself and a bunch of guys in the studio said, hey, we're not gonna shave until we ship Evolve. And we have a contract, it's on the wall, people signed.
Oh, wow. What happens if you violate the contract?
You are universally shamed at the studio. I've got a big stamper that I ordered that says fail, so boom on your name.
Wow.
And you hate kids because for every inch that we grow, we're giving $50 to child support.
That's nice.
Yeah, so those guys hate kids.
Now, of course, you broke everyone in the world's heart when you had to delay Evolve. You pushed it back a little bit.
Yeah, well,
when you signed the document, did you know this was coming?
No, we didn't.
I'm sure the wives loved that.
My wife was kind of upset. Yeah. The beard for that many more months.
Yeah, she's like, just ship it. You can put out DLC. You can fix it in a patch.
Nah. Well, yeah. I mean, but good things come to those who wait, and we felt like we needed a little extra time to polish it up a bit.
Yeah.
And, and fix some of the stuff that we weren't happy with. So, that's what we did.
I always talk about the nutshell. My mom's watching this. She didn't know who Hulk Hogan was. I had to explain that.
Right.
She doesn't know what Evolve is. For somebody who doesn't know Evolve, what is Evolve?
All right, so Evolve is for you and 3 of your buddies, 4 guys, teaming up to fight a gigantic alien monster.
Nice.
I mean, what else is there to say?
I guess what I would want to know is like, when did you guys know you had something special, right? This is one of those games where in the beginning, a long tail of development, it started showing up at conferences, it started showing up, people would go play it. Yep. Somebody from my team would go play it, then they'd come back and be like, we'd all be like, oh, we love GTA, we love it. And like, no, guys, you gotta play Evolve at some point. You gotta play Evolve. It sounded like a cult. And then you play it and you realize, oh man, it's actually really good.
When did we know we had something?
Yeah.
That's hard to say. I mean, the thing is,
why it's a tough question.
Evolve is, the idea for Evolve has been around for quite a while. I mean, Chris and myself have been talking about it since before Left 4 Dead.
Oh, wow.
And it's just one of those things where we're always looking for a new experience, right?
Sure.
Like generally, I mean, Left 4 Dead was this, Evolve was this. It's like, hey, we want to have this experience. It's not out there. Why isn't anyone giving it to us? So, hey, oh yeah, we're game developers. We can we can actually do this.
Sure.
But I think it always happens the same. Where we get it up and running as quickly as possible. We start play testing it in the office, which was 4 months into development in the case of Evolve.
And that's rare, right, for game developers?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think it's insane. Not to play your game, the whole way through. But I guess some games don't lend themselves to early play tests. Our stuff generally does. So yeah, 4 months in, we're playing it, and we say, hey, this is actually, this is fun. So we're gamers, right?
Yeah.
We play a lot of games, so we sort of feel like, well, if it's something that we like playing, hopefully, it's something that everybody else will like playing. And it's usually that first time whenever you take it out and let people actually get their hands on it. That's another thing, that we feel really strongly about is we're not going to bullshit you with a big cinematic trailer, and hey, look how pretty our game is, and not actually show you gameplay.
Sure.
We want to get the game into people's hands as quickly as possible. And I think usually that's whenever we're like, okay, we got something. Because people are walking away smiling, and while you're playing, people are cheering and yelling, and kind of riveted to the screens. That's usually when we're like, okay, I think we got something here.
So the big question for me then is, I love Evolve from what I've played. Clearly I'm unbeaten. There's a video on IGN of me just destroying Naomi and a bunch of other schlub IGN editors.
There is that. I have seen that video.
Thank you very much. The thing is, I love it, and I'm playing it, and I'm enjoying it in these 2-hour bursts. I imagine you see this game as an incredibly long life cycle, right? Like, what's going to keep me coming back and playing these maps over and over again, these matches over and over again? Well,
I mean, the thing is, like, the game itself has a very sort of procedural nature, right? I mean, and the thing is, like, that's like asking somebody who's played, or asking Counter-Strike players, how many more times can you possibly play DE Dust? You know? I mean, DE Dust has been played a million times. That's sort of the same kind of thing we're going for here, right?
Okay.
Every experience is a little bit different. New players bring new strategies. There's always something different happening. The procedural nature of the wildlife and the weather and stuff like that adds sort of an unpredictable element. And the fact that the monster is a human-controlled player, I mean, so the boss that you're fighting is
one of your friends.
One of your friends,
maybe.
or maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to kill him afterwards.
Sure.
I don't know.
Man, if I can just settle some grudges in the wall, that'd be nice.
In addition to that, I mean, there's 12 characters to choose from, right? Each one very unique and very different, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can always be mixing and matching your team, trying different strategies, looking for different synergies and things like that. So, I mean, when you take all the sort of different elements and combine them together and kind of multiply them, you come up with kind of a really huge number of different things.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So you got the 12 characters. Tell me about the monsters. There's not 12 monsters, right?
3 monsters.
3 monsters.
Right.
That's lower than 12.
That is.
Okay.
That is.
I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
But
Sure.
thanks for.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So how do you hone in on those 3 that you want to pick and make into things?
I would just pick the ones that are the most fun.
Were there other ones that just didn't make the cut that you were trying out?
Yeah.
Tell me about
sure.
Was there a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Maybe.
DLC, I'm just throwing it out there.
You're not the only person who's asked for that.
Really?
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This thing doesn't sell well, you'll be putting all sorts of things. Here comes the Monster Energy Drink Monster and all the other
It kind of lends itself well to that.
It does. No, it's
Goliath
it's an easy
flavor.
Oh God.
Kraken flavor.
What have I done? No, but so they're the most fun. But I mean, like, how many do you start? Do you just start spitballing ideas? Like, is this something you're thinking about in the shower?
Yeah. Well, not so much in the shower, but I mean, but just sitting around
a lot of
thinking,
horrific things in there for me.
Hey, what would be cool?
Yeah.
And that's, everyone always thinks there's some big, like huge scientific method, and it's just like, no, a bunch of dorky game guys sitting around thinking, hey, it'd be really cool. and that's generally where a lot of our stuff comes from. We had a whole bunch of monsters, that were, and we still have some more that I think you may end up seeing in DLC.
Oh, cool.
Because just, for whatever reason, we either didn't have the time to really sort of delve into those monsters, or, we wanted a little more time to kind of figure out those ideas and make them better. And so, yeah.
So what's your favorite? Like, there's the Goliath, obviously ground-based. My favorite, the Kraken.
Yeah, I
He
think
can
Kraken's
fly.
my favorite as well.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah.
We're bros.
Yeah.
Bros
I mean,
right
I
here.
like that kind of stand back and rain lightning bolts down
Sure.
on you kind of style.
And what about the last one you've revealed?
The last one that we have not revealed?
Damn it. So close to having you, because then you got to start thinking, did we already reveal it on IGN first? Maybe I should just tell Greg about
No,
it.
she's hanging out in the shadows, just sort
It's a
of
she, though, huh?
waiting.
Spider. It's,
Oh,
it's a giant spider.
You caught that?
Giant spider woman egg thing. It's that girl from Saga, the spider girl.
Don't know, man. Yeah, can't say that.
So then, right now, February is the release date. You're closing out, or I don't know if you've noticed, the year's ending pretty quick. What's happening in the studio right now?
Well, right now we've got a lot of kind of tired guys that are, kind of burning the midnight oil and getting things, wrapped up and making sure everything's working good and fixing bugs. That's usually what happens. The thing is, shipping games sucks. That's like the least fun part about making games is that last 6 months is pretty torturous.
Just because I guess that's the question, right? Like we hear about, I talk to developers and they're always like, if we had our way, right, the game would never come out because it'll never be done. It'll never be finished.
I like shipping a game, but yeah, I think you probably would see that.
Yeah. So is it just
Blizzard?
shots fired?
Just kidding, guys. I got good friends that work over there. I have to
Not anymore. You don't.
bust their balls.
Yeah. Joe, you put me on blast and up at noon. Yeah. So then, all right, we're coming up here, final home stretch. What is next? Do you guys take a giant break? Do you have to immediately start thinking about your next project?
No, we don't get.
Free on
we'll get a little bit of a break, but you don't take a huge break. You take a little bit of time off. But yeah, you start thinking about what's next. You start thinking about DLC. All the stuff that we weren't able to stuff into the box. And then we still want to do. We start thinking about that and how we're going to get that out there.
And then keep supporting, right? Like, you're talking about this game in Counter-Strike terms. It's going to be
that's the thing.
out forever.
We don't want to just throw the game out there and fuck off and go make toasters, right?
It'd be awesome if you did, though. That'd be a really cool story for video games. They made the perfect game and then they went and made toasters. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they would be awesome toasters too. Right? No, we want to support the game. I mean, the thing is, like, we love our community. You know,
Yeah.
we want to have a big community. We want to continue to support the game post-release. I've said this before, you know, and I'll say it again. We want Evolve, you know, 3 years from now to be that game when, you know, whatever game you just bought ended up sucking, you know, and you're like, you know what, let's go play some Evolve because that game rocks.
Yeah.
That's what we want Evolve to be. You know,
Great.
6, 7, 10 years down the road.
We'll just make another one too at some point.
Well, we could do that.
Yeah, okay, good. Just make sure. Phil, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks, man. Thanks
Evolve
for
out
having me.
this February, everybody. One early clapper.